let's make a waterfall. Hey guys, it's LJ here. Welcome back to another Squdge craft video. I have Magrat with me today. So as you may have known, I've been doing a series where I have been creating single page layouts from my albums because I've been making my albums on Twitch. So today I thought we would do a pull down waterfall. So the first thing you're going to need is your page. For my example, I've just got 8.5 by 6.5, kind of a standard album size. Obviously, you can adapt it to whatever size page you are working on. She was being adamant this afternoon. You make it whatever page you're working on. This is just the size I'm using for my example. Okay, we're going to have 6 tabs, 6 flaps on our waterfall. So I have these 6 red cards. These are going to be my waterfall flaps. For this example, mine are 3 inches by 5, but you do whatever size you want. 4 by 6, 4 by 4, 3 by 3. Whatever size fits your photos. You're then going to have a long strip, which is going to be the same width as your photo pieces, but longer. So whatever size your photo is, 4 by 6, then your strip will be 6 as well. You do whatever size fits your photos in your album. So the first thing we're going to do on our long strip, we are going to score every half an inch 6 times. So we're going to score up to 3. So we're going to do half an inch, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5 and 3. So that is going to give us 6 half-inch folds. If you have 8 flaps, then you're going to need 8 score lines. If you have 12 flaps, you're going to need 12 score lines. If you have 3 flaps, you're going to need 3 score lines. So you're just going to do the amount of score lines you have for the amount of photo flaps you are using in your waterfall. I'm using 6 just as a sort of standard middling number. Sometimes I use 4, sometimes I use 6, sometimes I use 8. It all depends on the size of photos and the size of your album page. So we're going to fold and burnish each of those score lines, and we can start to build our waterfall. So for each half inch, I'm folding one over. I'm going to put some glue on it, and we're going to add one of the flaps. Ordinarily you would do this in the same colour. I've just used different colours to make it really clear for my example. So first flap goes on. You want to make sure it lines up with the long piece side by side. Fold over another half inch flap and do some more glue and add the second flap. And we're going to repeat this process for every single half inch fold that we have done. Each time you do it, you want to make sure you are level at the top so that it lines up there where you folded it and that it lines up with the one below it. Now you may see a few gaps of black on mine. When you're making this out of the same colour cardstock, you won't notice. The most important thing is to line up the sides. If the top is slightly wonky, but the sides line up beautifully, that's what you want. Because if one of your panels is slightly wonky, when it's sitting in your album, you're really going to notice it. But if there is a tiny bit of, on mine, the black showing through, a tiny bit of that background, your eyes won't notice it. And to be honest, a lot of times in waterfalls, you're not even going to see that because as you scroll, you're seeing the photos. So most important thing is to make sure along that long piece of the black, everything lines up in a straight line on both sides. That's the most important factor. So we've gone through, we've folded each one down one fold at a time. We're now going to do the last one. So this is our last score line, and we're going to glue the last flap on. And then that is the meat and potatoes really of the waterfall. That is now all attached as one piece. I'm just going to make sure all the glue is fully spread and rubbed in. And there you go, you've got your scrolling waterfall. Now obviously at the moment doesn't look like very much, so we're going to do a couple more steps just to complete the look. The thing we're going to do is get out my trimmer, and what we want is that black piece to be 1 inch or so longer than the bottom red piece. Obviously yours are going to be the same colour, so the back piece needs to be 1 inch longer than the lowest photo flap. Okay, then we need to bring our page in, and we're going to put our pieces together. The final piece we need is this piece in my hand. It is about 1 inch wide, and you want it to be 1 inch longer than the width of your waterfall. So my waterfall is 5, which means this strip is 1 inch by 6. I'm going to put my waterfall where I want on the page, and then I'm going to slide that strip in between the bottom flap and the background. And I'm then going to stick it down on each side, making sure that it is not touching any part of the piece we've just built. I'm basically just sticking down 2 ends. If I slide that out, I've just glued down each end, and that's going to leave the centre open for us to slide the waterfall through at the moment. You can then add like a brad or something fun to jazz up those edge pieces when you're decorating. So put the waterfall back in, tuck the back behind that strip, but the flaps on top, position it to where we want, hold it in place, and I'm just putting glue on the flap, not on the waterfall. I'm putting glue on that strip, that bridge that we put across. I'm then going to fold all of the flaps down and burnish it. So effectively that strip gets stuck to the lowest flap on our waterfall. Okay, and once the glue is dry, you'll be able to pull your waterfall down and it will go up and down like so, just by pulling on that bottom flap. You're going to then want to go through and fully burnish each fold now that it's in place. Just give each one a quick burnish, and then you'll have a beautifully smooth waterfall. Now that bottom extended piece that I've left 1 inch, you can decorate that. You can make it longer, shorter, depending on your page design. This is just a standard way to show you. Obviously it can go sideways, it can be pulled sideways, as well as being pulled down. You can pull it to the left, you can pull it to the right, whatever fits in your album. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This is sort of the most standard waterfall you'll see that is movable. This is the pull down waterfall. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one. Keep crafting. Bye.